It started with a lie from a Danish organisation who were hoarding assets and panicking as their stars grew disillusioned with the way the team was being run. Then a French team looking to add an extra dimension to their roster brought in a young and unproven prospect that changed the way Counter-Strike would be played forever. Hello, welcome to another video. Today's topic is Sixth Men, their role, their impact, and why it makes sense for elite teams to be bringing them in. When Astralis first announced their intentions to make a 6 or 7 man roster, I took it as a joke. The only other way to take it was as a blatant lie, so I gave them the benefit of the doubt. The players were looking to gain some leverage in contract negotiations, and they really weren't happy with the way they were being treated and the amount of events they were being forced to play. So the organisation really needed the press to talk about anything else, hence 7, 8, 9, 10 man roster, whatever they end up lying about. The first organisation to make a legitimate attempt at a 6-man roster was Vitality. They signed Nivera, who had made some waves as a member of Team Heretics. After seeing the impact he had on the team's success, other teams followed suit. Na'Vi signed Bit, and Astralis eventually submitted to the idea of having Bubsky as a 6th man after he chose not to leave the team. So, how does having this 6th player improve the performance of a team? The first change is mental. The team has a player who gets to come into basically every map mentally fresh and unperturbed by the previous map's actions. Sure, you can still get invested in a game that you're watching, but it's never quite the same as playing in that match and, feeling every moment, literally. This will reduce the overall tilt of the team coming into each map, as well as allowing each map to feel like a fresh start. The second is a question of individual optimization. I'll explain that. So, every player has their own comforts, in terms of the maps they want to play, or the maps they enjoy playing, and the roles they want to play on those maps. Rather than reaching a compromise, a team can optimize their lineup by swapping in a player whose role and whose positional preferences more easily line up with the other players on that map, allowing for a more idealized version of the team to play. Finally, responsibility and preparation. Having a 6th man massively reduces the stress and the amount of preparation needed for each individual on the team. Sure, your IGL and your superstar player who plays every map are still going to have to do all the work on every map. But for those 2 or 3 players who get to rotate in and out depending on what's been picked, they have a massively reduced burden when it comes to the preparation time. They don't have as many smoke lineups to learn, they don't have as many positions to master. This decluttering of their minds will allow them to each individually focus on fragging far more than it would if they had to think about every little detail of every map they could possibly potentially play. The evidence is clear. Since Nivera started playing with Vitality, Shox and Misuta's numbers have been trending upwards. Misuta has been putting on his best numbers since joining Vitality, now that Nivera has taken a lot of the responsibility off of his shoulders to perform on every single map. It wouldn't be surprising to me if, in the coming months, more of the top 10 and 20 teams started signing 6th men, or even some go as far as signing a 7th man on top of it. Imagine a world where a team could compete at an elite level on all 7 maps, thanks to a constantly rotating roster of players who are specialised on 2 to 3 maps. Thank you for watching. If you have any thoughts or contradictions, put them in the comments. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, sub if you want to see more, and that's it for this one. Goodbye.